好，观众朋友们，欢迎回到辐射4的世界。今天呢，我们就来继续进行正式开始第4章的内容。先检查一下我的录制工具。看起来不错啊。哎呀，第一次看到这个车啊！我已经快40级了。好，哎呀，回到了熟悉的这个 Sanctuary， 我们这就坐上我们造出来的，大家看，这就是我造出来的这个帅气的传送装置。Pepper 呢？你看 Pepper 过来，哇塞，加速跑。好，跟 Stagers 说话。
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
好。
I'm ready when you are.
站上了。
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
哇，传送过去了。哇塞，500的经验值。好，大家看啊，这就是 Institute 的传送平台。我们的枪然后呢，他刚才说的意思就是说，他呢觉得这是一个很好的机会，让我们在 Institute 内部呢，把这个能 download 下来的资料都 download 下来啊。他就给了我一个 holotape， 然后同时呢，我们就有了一个应该是 Miniman 给我的一个支线任务，叫 Inside Job。同时呢，我还要帮这个 Virgie 找那个血清。其实这里面如果要是用 Railroad 或者 Brotherhood 的这个帮助的话，估计他们两个都有别的要求。我觉得第2周末我想做 Railroad， 这个 Brotherhood 我一直没有什么好感。第一次我是以 Institute General 的身份来的。等会儿。其实我要是作为 Institute General 的话，可不可以把衣服换成Miniman 呢？感觉还是不如这个，但是它光枪防御力真的比那个什么高。好那我们现在就是以这个 Institute General 的身份来的，所以我们就这样啊。什么地方 ？Folder 文件夹。Emergency relay button. Computer terminal. 哇，这就是那个 Miniman 要做的任务，这么简单。我们先到处看，感觉也是人啊，这也是人，一帮无法无天的人。
Hello.
Father.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance.
Oh.
I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
诶，果然啊，这个 father 就叫天父啊，就是 Institute 这个组织的头头啊，他想跟我，不知道我为什么要来，想跟我谈一谈。好，我们先把这个支线任务做了。Will access log。好，又到了我们这个阅读时间了。哎 ，load holotape 不能用啊。啊，这里 X。Use holotape to load. August report. August station last update. 哇塞，我咋知道哪个 holotape 啊？好吧，哎呀，我刚才没注意啊。Network scanner 啊，就是这个。Initiate network scan。好，解决战斗。哎，等会儿啊，我要。那我没有 holotape， 我有吗？刚才没有拿到吧？好像没有哎。刚才有一个 inject holotape option， 我没有点，我点错了。哎 ，play。哦，那应该是完成了。那我们现在就是 inside job， 就回到 stages， 我们不先回去啊，我们做 institutionalize。好，第四章的内容进度感觉飞快啊。
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
天父说话了。
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
啊，果然啊 ，Institute 看来不是像人们说的那么危险。
Welcome to the Institute.
他应该有他自己的目的。
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do.
他应该是在做人体实
For
验。
over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's
果然，
survival.
为了生存，
Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future.
哎呀，底下你看，连
It has
辐
never
射都
been
没有。
easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground.
哦，他在地下。
There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable.
也是啊，各
I'd
种
like
势
to
力。
talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason.
Yes，
You are here for your son.
对的。我的丧呢？我的儿子在哪里？那是我的儿子。不可能啊，200年。真的是我儿子啊！Require key。等会儿啊，刚才我机子卡了一下，我看是怎么回事。貌似没什么问题。啊，没什么问题，没什么问题。好吧，那我跟儿子说个话啊。大家看 ，connection PA17，这个打不开。这个也打不开吗？也打不开。好吧，那就跟儿子说话了。
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
我去，感觉是我这个角色主角的脸啊。
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
啊，模样很像。我是你爹。
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
哎呀，完了！从小被这个天父教的，都不认我这爹了。
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
I will kill them. Open the door. It will be okay. What do you want? 你想怎么样？
What do you want me to do, Sean? What can I do?
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
安静啊，冷静冷静。
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
这就是所谓的 father 吗？
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
嗯，
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges.
我把他儿子改成电子人了，机器人。
I am Father. Welcome to the
这
Institute.
估计只是个克隆人，我觉得啊，这肯定是个克隆人。你怎么是爹呢？
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
Help me understand. 我儿子在哪儿？
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, In the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined.
有啥
You
复
have
杂的
traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son.
？Yes，
Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
我要截图。哎呀，字幕没了。我要截图啊！哇塞 ！How and it's really you？ 他自己的孩子创造的 Institute。How？ 先问问 How。
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
不合理啊！那 K-Log 养过这个主角的孩子。It wasn't right, but why? It wasn't right. 我觉得不对啊。那他 K-Log 养他孩子养了一段时间，已经养到那么大了。意思是说 K-Log 是
I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
40岁，就他现在如果是60岁的话 ，K-Log 养他的时候大概是10岁吧，咱就说是。那主角又后来醒过来碰到 K-Log， 也就是说 K-Log 在40年前养的这孩子，那 K-Log 得多老了？起码70多岁啊，不可能啊 ！It wasn't
This
right.
really is a...
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227,
2227年
the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough.
马上有技术突破了。
Curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
所以他们想造人。
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth.
他是唯
I
一一
was
个
exactly what they needed.
未受辐
And
射的
so
孩
it was
子。
my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father.
哦，
Through science, we are family.
用 Sean 的
The
DNA 造
synths,
的。
me and you.
哦，所以我们杀的每个 Sense 都有他儿子的一个 DNA 在里面。Here the whole time， 你一直在这儿吗？
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
我怎么觉得时间对不上号啊？ 对啊 ，Klog， 我们问一下 Klog， 我觉得时间真的是对不上。
Kellogg, he worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
你利用了他 ，complicated, murdered, I pity him。哎，我用 Y 啊，我现在 Christmas 够高了应该。
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
我们把 XA 都问一遍吧。他的意思啊，这个 Klog 其实早就是改人造人了，所以他的生命才够长。所以我们在探究他的这个回忆的时候，虽然他记忆的时候带着生儿很小，但那其实真的他已经是70多岁
This
了。
really is a matter.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage？ 用 Y 啊，我们再试一下。
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
感觉这个是不是他儿子都不知道了，因为他自己估计都是机器人，真有可能。
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
每个组织都说自己是人类的希望，包括这个钢铁兄弟会，还有这个 Railroad 其实还好 ，Railroad 只是说简单的就是 Sense 的反抗组织，然后 Miniman 就是纯这个道德意义上的 Hope。
I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
我 我对人类的生死存亡没什么感觉啊，没有你这么伟大，我就是想把你救出来。所以说 maybe 啊 ，maybe 会比较好一点。
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Disagree 啊。
Your institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, well, the world is not what it used to be. What about the people you've aided in order to get here? What atrocities have they committed? The Brotherhood of Steel. They believe they're the only ones fit to control technology and destroy anyone who opposes them. And you would side with them.
No.
None have any true claim to nobility in this world. Those days are gone. But we are not the monsters we have been cast as. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
我怎么感觉 Since 已经反转了？就是 Since 人工智能变成两类，一类坏的，一类好的，好的都被 Railroad 抢走了，坏的留在 Institute 继续这个搅和人类。估计他儿子早就死了。I don't know.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance.
你儿子太
The
帅了，不
Institute
可能
is
是
now
亲
your
生的。
home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads.
哦，
Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
我去，我要帮 Institution 干活了。这是他造出来的自己吗？老听见有人在这儿啊！啊，这就哇，看着好未来的感觉，好科技啊，好 fancy 啊！这是床。 楼上有个卧室。哦 ，nice。OK 啊，我们的所有目标都在楼下，大楼。1、2、3、4啊，还在楼下，别下楼。
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
第3代都快出来了。
All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course.
机器人啊，
All systems nominal. Scanning. Subject identified.
不理我。哎，我找这个
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
Ellie Fillmore。
Doctor, you've requested another
Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer.
哇
When
塞，
Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
哦，我只是想找我儿子。
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward.
Wow.
As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
这就是这个宿管啊，基本就是负责这个所有设备的正常运行。哎呀，不好意思，游戏又跳出去了。哎，不好意思啊。好，with what? Just looking. 啊，只是看一看。
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here, not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built all this? 就是是谁建的
This place, originally. Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
啊，这就是啊，等于也是一个组织啊，故意把自己说的这么牛叉，其实就是那个理工大学那些博士、那些教授们搞出来的。好，我们一个一个来，我们先从这边来了。上楼。这里叫 Bioscience。诶，记着啊，要帮这个 Virgil 拿到血清。这里有没有血清？感觉他们不像是有武装力量的人。那好像没有。诶 ，What's that? Recorder, sensor, applicator. Eh呀，折了。
Yes.
Impact sensor。哦，我看一下，我还以为看见 Serum High Power Microscope Injector。不弄了，先去把主线任务做一做。
You had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet.
Isaac，
Reviewing Father's
宇宙恐怖的工程师。
operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
他提到了一个在地上生存的家族。
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't a good time.
Hey? You're being rude. Won't bother you. Working on. 你在干什么？
Working on something important?
All of my work is important. Now, if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations. They're difficult enough without the distractions.
Equation for what?
Equations for what?
Honestly, you wouldn't understand them. Now, I'm afraid I must end this little chat, although it's been so very diverting.
哇，他真的好不礼貌啊！这应该是个，不是 bioscience 吗？生物学，这全在种东西。哦
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. You're here. Glad you made it.
啊，醒醒！搞笑啊 ！Clayton Holdren.
It's great to have you here.
Hi, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
这就是一种菜的啊，农民。刚才我们见了宿管，这第二个是农民。
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
哦，这个猩猩也是人造的。
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
Not sure yet.
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know, but it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
啊，你不是种地的吗？是吧 ？Need any help? Since gorillas good for now. 你需要帮助吗
Is there anything I can do to help out?
There might be. Tell you what, you get settled in, and check back with me later. I'll see what I can find out.
等于还有一个主线是加入儿子啊，加入 Institute。等会儿我好像看到 Terminal Close Security Door。好，这一期咱们时间就录得久一点啊，我把这个人物一个个都说完话，顺着走。
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
食堂里有一个老师啊，有一个教授想。
All this must be a little overwhelming for you.
他想吃77号餐，但是77号餐已经停止供应了，就在这抱怨。 所以他就跟 bioscience 抱怨啊。bioscience 说好听的是生物科学，其实就是种地的。哦，枪声，这应该是武器库、武器部门。
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
练习打枪是吧？哇塞！
Well, that was productive. One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that old clunker in the basement.
Roseland.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
What schematics?
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept I've been toying with. High-energy weapons are sort of a hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
如果不是他的儿子，为什么他希望主角加入他们呢？这就是一个问题。啊，因为 K-Log 被我打死了，他们想拉我入伙，然后让我帮着他们去干那些不仁不义的事情，很有可能啊。不管了，先问问这个。
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
你是干什么的？
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
哇塞！先拿上，不管怎么样，先拿上。
I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
藏，你不知道你的爸爸是一个坚定的小人吗？
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
他还是有问题。
Dr. Lee.
进度报告。
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
果然啊，果然，让我去当 K-Log 的这个小弟。
Safety first. Remember.
坚决不干啊！诶，这就是 Courser。
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
有机器人。
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
哇，他给 Synth 身上装一些新东西 ，Synth 还能感觉到疼痛。
There, all done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
机器人好，就是人工智能的最终探讨啊，就是机器人到不到该有道德权利。我们应该把它当机器还是当人？
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
有人把他的办公室给搞得乱七八糟的，问问他咋了？牛顿。
Doctor, welcome, welcome. It is so good to meet you. I
get a load of this guy.
Your job here?
What do you do here? Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone lives a comfortable and productive life.
啊，这是真
You
素
should know
吧？
that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
第一次看见那女的不是宿管，她是维修工。
Greetings, sir.
SRB 不知道这个 SRB 是干什么的。
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
感觉这个人办事应该是比较狠辣的。
If you see any suspicious synth activity, report it immediately.
就是你，别动。
Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
你不信任我？
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsiders to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
他们是在召回呗，等于就是召回产品。
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Combat experience. It was useless. Got lucky. got lucky 是真的啊。
I guess I just got lucky.
That's hardly helpful. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
Okay. Reclamation process, Courser training. 任务完成了。Reporting, acting head of. Good for now.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Very well.
好 ，Synth retention。果然。
Carry on, sir.
他让我去当这个跟 Railroad 的对着干。
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
他们这个 Institute 的这个目标就是说，机器人起码前几代不是人啊，你也不需要对待他们像人一样。
Reporting status. All functions normal.
好，那我们来去找爸爸啊，不是找什么爸爸，
Do we really need all these coursers roaming the
找自己
halls?
的儿子啊，也就是爸爸。 哇，他这个名字起的真的是 son 和 father， 真的是一个反转的感觉。哎，就他住在一个什么高地儿啊，有点这个质量效应的感觉。啊，你不嫌爸爸丑吗？没人嫌爸爸丑，爸爸其实可帅了。看看，帅呆了。来，儿子。
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
Nothing special. Not impressed.
I've seen my share of think tank science labs.
Oh, I assure you, none of them were quite like this place. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
不想让机器人有自由意识。Free will 是最好的。
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Bring things home. Memory erased?
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Railroad 解放的 Synth 又去当 Rider 去了。我觉得我们可以帮 Institute 做一个任务，然后发现它不好的时候，应该游戏会给我们选项再改回去吧，不可能让我们就强制放弃了 Railroad， 应该是。Meet up with a courser。啊，果然这啊，行了，那基本就是我们现在可以随时旅游了吧？先回 Secretary 啊。把这个 data 给 stages， 其实儿子啊，你爹不用这个 coursership， 也可以在全图啊这个快速旅行。有没有你这芯片其实意义不大。哦，回来了。先跟 Pepper 聊一下。
Hey. Hey, Piper.
Hey, here. Something to keep you sharp. Always worked for me.
A sweet roll.
Your thoughts?
I'd rather know an ugly truth than a sweet lie.
That was all I had.
All right.
喂，我都把 Institute 的底细告诉你了，你不赶紧写个文章
Sanctuary revival project has really helped. Takes my mind off things.
我现在要干嘛？要给 stages。啊，给你。
Can it wait?
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
Expecting to find? Wasting my time, probably useless. Not our enemy. 先看第一个。
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
好，任务完成。
You sure managed to find your fair share of trouble, don't you?
哇 ，Piper admires me. Piper like that. Kristen like that. 大家都对 Institute 怀有恶意，我觉得 Institute 还是一个坏人的感觉。那不需要。哦，直接把这跑坏了是吗？啊，要修啊！大家注意啊，这些都是用了一次就直接烂掉了。好，我觉得今天咱们就差不多到这儿。我们首先呢，为下一期可能为 Since 做一期。做之前我先找 Real 啊，还有 Brotherhood 都聊一聊，听一听，看他们的意见。不过如果他这个 Since 真的是变坏了，变成 Rider 了呢，我也肯定要去把它弄回来。好，那今天这期我们就先到这里，同学们，下期再见。